Imagine looking back on your life decades from now, perhaps sitting on your porch swing, watching the world go by. As you reflect, what feelings might surface? What moments will you cherish? And what might you wish you had done differently? It's a painful thought. Isn't it the idea of carrying regrets into our later years? Things left undone, words unsaid, opportunities missed. Nobody wants to reach a certain age only to be weighed down by the heavy burden of, "I wish I had," or "if only I'd tried." But the surprising truth is, many people do. They reach this stage of life and find themselves dwelling on the past, on the paths not taken. What if you could peek into the future, into the minds of those who have walked this path, and learn from their experiences? What if you could discover the most common sources of regret and, more importantly, learn how to steer clear of them? Right now, in this video, we're going to look at the top 7 regrets seniors often express in their later years. Not to make you feel bad, but to empower you, to show you exactly how you can avoid these common pitfalls and live a life filled with peace, contentment, and joy as you age. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Let's dive straight into the first few regrets, the ones that bubble up again and again when people reflect on their lives. One of the most frequently heard regrets is about not traveling enough or seeing more of the world while they had the chance. When we're younger, life is busy. There are careers to build, families to raise, mortgages to pay. Travel often seems like a luxury, something you'll get around to someday. You tell yourself, "I'll wait until the kids are grown," or "I'll wait until I retire." And then, retirement arrives. But perhaps health issues emerge, or energy levels aren't what they once were, or financial priorities have shifted. The vibrant, active travel you dreamed of suddenly feels less achievable, or maybe even impossible. The world feels vast and perhaps a little intimidating now. You start to regret not taking that trip to see the Grand Canyon when you were more mobile, or not visiting that European city you always dreamed of when you had fewer responsibilities pulling you back home. It's the regret of missed experiences, of not stepping outside your comfort zone to witness the beauty and diversity of the planet. But here's the encouraging part. Avoiding this regret isn't about backpacking across Asia in your 70s, unless that's what you genuinely want. It's about redefining travel for yourself. Now, it might be shorter trips, exploring places closer to home that you've always meant to visit. Perhaps it's a weekend getaway to a nearby town with a charming history, or a visit to a national park within driving distance. It could be taking that scenic train journey you've heard about, or even just exploring a different neighborhood in your own city with a sense of curiosity. The key is to start somewhere and make it a priority. Maybe you can plan one significant trip a year, or several smaller ones. Look for travel groups specifically for seniors, which can offer companionship and tailored itineraries. Perhaps travel isn't even about physical distance for you. It could be about experiencing new cultures through books, documentaries, or local cultural events. The regret isn't just about passport stamps. It's about a lack of new experiences and broadening your horizons. So, make a conscious effort to seek out new experiences, big or small, that spark your interest and curiosity. Don't let the inertia of routine steal your opportunities for discovery. Moving on to another common regret, one that often stems from the relentless pace of modern life, working too hard and missing out on life's moments. How many times did you stay late at the office instead of attending your child's school play? How many weekends did you spend thinking about work or catching up on tasks instead of being fully present with your family or friends? For many, the pursuit of career success, financial security, or simply providing for their family consumed the best years of their lives. There was always a deadline to meet, a promotion to chase, a client to impress. While these things are important, the regret comes from realizing that time spent building a career often came at the expense of building relationships and creating lasting memories with loved ones. You might look back and see a blur of long hours, and missed opportunities for connection. Moments with children that passed in a blink. Time with partners that was sacrificed. The regret is the hollow feeling of prioritizing professional achievements over personal fulfillment and connection. If you're in your 60s or beyond, you might already be retired or working less, which gives you a unique opportunity to actively counter this regret. If you're still working, can you set stricter boundaries? Can you decide that evenings and weekends are family time? Non-negotiable. If you're retired, the risk isn't necessarily working too hard, but perhaps getting caught up in other busyness. Maybe volunteering takes over, or household tasks consume all your time, or you simply fall into a routine that doesn't leave room for spontaneous connection. To avoid this regret, make spending quality time with loved ones a non-negotiable appointment in your calendar. It sounds structured, but sometimes that's what it takes. Schedule regular phone calls with distant family members. Plan weekly dinners or outings with local friends. Make time for your grandchildren, whether it's helping with homework, teaching them a skill, or just playing together. Be present when you are with them. Put away distractions. Remember, it's not just about being in the same room. It's about truly connecting, listening, sharing stories, and creating new memories together. This might mean saying no to other commitments that encroach on this precious time. It's about consciously shifting your focus from productivity to connection. Another significant regret is not expressing feelings more openly, particularly saying "I love you" or "I appreciate you" to people who mattered. We live in a culture where expressing deep emotions can sometimes feel awkward or vulnerable. We assume the people we care about know how we feel. We think there will always be a tomorrow to say the words that are on our hearts. But life is unpredictable. Relationships change. People move away. And tragically, loved ones pass on. The regret comes from the silence, from the unspoken words that are left hanging in the air, forever unsaid. It's the pain of knowing you missed opportunities to affirm your love, your gratitude, or your admiration for the people who enriched your life. You might regret not mending a rift with a family member or friend, allowing pride or stubbornness to get in the way of reconciliation. It's the regret of emotional distance and missed opportunities for connection. Avoiding this regret starts now, today. Make a conscious effort to tell the people you love how much they mean to you. Don't wait for a special occasion. A simple phone call, a heartfelt card, or just saying it face to face can make a world of difference. Practice expressing gratitude regularly. Thank people for the small things they do. Acknowledge their kindness. Tell them how they've positively impacted your life. This isn't just good for them, it's good for you. Expressing positive emotions strengthens your relationships and brings you closer to the people you care about. If there are unresolved issues with loved ones, consider reaching out. It takes courage, but the potential reward of healing a relationship and removing that burden of regret is immense. Sometimes, just saying, "I'm sorry," or "I wish things were different," can open the door to reconciliation, or at least bring you peace of mind knowing you tried. Don't let fear or pride keep you from connecting emotionally with the people who matter most. Start small if it feels daunting, but start. A simple text message saying, "Thinking of you and love you," is a powerful beginning. Continuing our exploration of common regrets. A big one that surfaces for many is not taking better care of themselves sooner. We often take our health for granted when we're younger. We feel invincible, able to bounce back quickly. Habits like poor diet, lack of exercise, insufficient sleep, or ignoring stress don't seem to have immediate, dire consequences. But as the years accumulate, these habits catch up. Chronic conditions may develop, energy levels plummet, mobility decreases, and the ability to enjoy life fully diminishes. The regret sets in when you realize that many of the physical limitations or health challenges you face in later life could potentially have been mitigated or prevented with consistent, healthy choices made earlier on. It's the regret of not prioritizing well-being, of not listening to your body, of thinking there would always be time to get healthy later. And now, later is here. And reclaiming your health can feel like an uphill battle, sometimes with irreversible consequences from past neglect. However, the beautiful truth is, it is never too late to start taking better care of yourself. The human body is remarkably resilient. Even small changes made now can yield significant benefits. This isn't about achieving peak athletic performance. It's about improving your quality of life, increasing your energy, maintaining your independence, and reducing pain. If you haven't been active, start small. A daily walk around the block, stretching exercises, or chair yoga are great beginnings. The key is consistency. Find activities you enjoy so you're more likely to stick with them. Look for local senior fitness classes or walking groups for motivation and social connection. When it comes to diet, focus on small, sustainable changes. Add more fruits and vegetables to your meals. Choose whole grains over refined ones. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. If you have health conditions, work closely with your doctor. Don't ignore symptoms or skip appointments. Get regular checkups and screenings. Managing stress is also crucial. Find healthy ways to cope. Whether it's meditation, spending time in nature, pursuing a hobby, or talking to a friend. Prioritizing sleep is vital too. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night. Think of taking care of your health not as a chore, but as an investment in your ability to enjoy your retirement years to the fullest. Every healthy choice you make today is a step towards reducing potential regrets about health down the road. Another deeply felt regret is not pursuing a passion or interest outside of work and family. For many years, life revolves around obligations, career, raising children, maintaining a home. Personal interests and hobbies often fall by the wayside, deemed non-essential or a luxury you can't afford the time or energy for. You might have always wanted to learn to paint, play a musical instrument, write a book, garden extensively, or delve into history. But somehow, you never got around to it. And now, you might feel it's too late, that you're too old to learn something new, or that you've lost the spark or the confidence. The regret comes from the feeling that you let a part of yourself wither away, that you didn't nurture your own interests and talents, that you missed out on the joy and fulfillment that pursuing a passion can bring. It's the regret of not having a creative outlet or a source of personal satisfaction independent of your roles and responsibilities. Avoiding this regret is incredibly empowering because it's entirely within your control. And it's never too late to start. Think about what truly sparks your interest. What did you love doing as a child or young adult before life got so busy? Is there something you've always been curious about? Don't let the thought, "I'm too old to learn," stop you. That is simply not true. Learning new things keeps your mind sharp and provides a sense of accomplishment. Look for local community college classes, workshops, online tutorials, or clubs related to your interest. Many libraries offer free resources. If your passion is creative, just start creating, even if it's just for yourself. If it's physical, find a way to participate at your own pace. If it's intellectual, start reading or listening to podcasts on the topic. The goal isn't to become a world-class expert, but to engage in an activity that brings you joy, stimulates your mind, and provides a sense of purpose beyond daily tasks. This is your time to explore and indulge your curiosity. Don't deny yourself the pleasure and fulfillment that comes from nurturing your unique interests. Then there's the regret of worrying too much about what other people think. Throughout life, many of us are heavily influenced by the opinions and expectations of others, parents, peers, society. We make choices based on what we think we should do or what will be approved of, rather than what genuinely aligns with our own desires and values. This might manifest as choosing a career path you didn't love, staying in a relationship that wasn't fulfilling, or not pursuing a dream for fear of judgment or failure. The regret comes when you realize that you spent a significant portion of your life trying to please others or conform to external standards. often at the expense of your own happiness and authenticity. You might look back and see missed opportunities because you were too afraid to step outside the box or be true to yourself. It's the regret of living a life partly dictated by others' perceptions rather than your own inner compass. Now, in this phase of life, you have a unique vantage point and, often, a liberating sense of freedom from the intense pressures of younger years. You've likely learned that other people's opinions aren't nearly as important as living a life that feels right to you. To avoid this regret, start practicing living authentically. Now, ask yourself, what do I truly want when making decisions, big or small? This isn't about being selfish. It's about recognizing that your feelings and desires are valid and deserve consideration. Stop seeking external validation for your choices. Learn to trust your own judgment and intuition. This might involve setting boundaries with well-meaning but overly opinionated friends or family members. It might mean making choices that some people don't understand, like pursuing an unconventional hobby or opting for a lifestyle that deviates from the norm. The beautiful thing about getting older is that you often care less and less about what others think. Lean into that. Use this wisdom to finally give yourself permission to be fully, unapologetically you. Live your truth. Pursue what genuinely makes you happy, and let go of the need for everyone else's approval. Finally, one of the most poignant regrets mentioned by seniors is not being present in the moment and letting life pass by too quickly. We live in a world that constantly pulls our attention forward, planning the next event, worrying about the future, thinking about what needs to be done. We also get caught up in dwelling on the past, rehashing old hurts, regretting past mistakes. As a result, we often miss the beauty and richness of the present moment. We're so busy anticipating what's next, or brooding over what was that we fail to fully experience what is happening right now. The regret comes from looking back and realizing that whole years, even decades, seem to have blurred into a rapid stream because you weren't fully engaged in the day-to-day moments that actually make up a life. The laughter at the dinner table, the simple pleasure of a sunrise, a quiet conversation with a friend. These moments were often overlooked or rushed through in the pursuit of something else. To avoid this profound regret, cultivate the practice of mindfulness and presence. This doesn't mean you have to become a meditation guru, although that can certainly help. It means making a conscious effort to pay attention to what you are doing, sensing, and feeling in the here and now. When you're having a conversation, truly listen without formulating your response. When you're eating, savor the flavors and textures. When you're walking outside, notice the feel of the air, the sounds around you, the sights. Put away your phone and other distractions when you are with loved ones or engaging in an activity. Practice single tasking instead of constantly trying to juggle multiple things. Start small. Dedicate just a few minutes each day to simply being present. Whether it's mindfully enjoying a cup of tea or focusing on your breath for a few moments. As you practice, you'll find it becomes easier to drop into the present moment throughout your day. This allows you to fully experience and appreciate the small, often overlooked joys that make life meaningful. It helps slow down your perception of time and creates richer memories. Being present means truly living your life as it unfolds, moment by moment, rather than letting it rush past in a blur. So, we've talked about some of the most common regrets: not traveling more, working too hard, not expressing feelings, neglecting health, not pursuing passions, worrying about others' opinions, and not being present. Hearing these might feel a little heavy, but remember, the goal is not to dwell on them, but to use this wisdom as a guide. Think of it as getting a roadmap from those who've already traveled the path. They're showing you where the common potholes are so you can steer clear. The incredibly empowering message here is that you are not defined by the past, and your future is still being written. Every single day, it is absolutely never too late to make changes, big or small, that can dramatically shift your trajectory away from regret and towards fulfillment. Perhaps hearing about not expressing feelings resonated with you, and you're thinking of picking up the phone to call someone you care about right after this. Or maybe the idea of pursuing a long-lost passion sparked something inside, and you're already picturing yourself joining a local art class or dusting off that old guitar. Maybe you realized you've been letting worry about what others think hold you back, and you're ready to make a choice that is truly for you. Or perhaps the thought of missed travel opportunities has motivated you to look at maps and start planning that trip, even if it's just a short one. You've always dreamed of, and maybe, just maybe, you'll finish watching this and simply take a deep breath. Notice the room around you, and be fully present in this exact moment. These shifts don't require massive life overhauls. They are often built on small, consistent choices made day after day. A little more time spent truly listening, a short walk taken regularly, a few minutes dedicated to a hobby, a conscious decision to speak your truth, a planned local excursion, or simply giving yourself permission to live authentically. These small acts accumulate, building a life that feels rich, meaningful, and genuinely yours. Don't let fear, inertia, or the feeling that it's too late hold you back. The most important step is the first one, and you can take that step right now, from wherever you are. What is one small action you can take today to avoid one of these potential regrets? Think about it. That's your starting point. Sharing your thoughts and experiences in the comments below could not only help you process these ideas, but also inspire others in this community. We're all on this journey together, learning and growing. If this video has sparked any reflection or given you any ideas, please give it a thumbs up. That tells me I'm creating content that resonates with you. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos aimed at helping you navigate this amazing phase of life with joy, health, and purpose. Remember, your later years can be some of the most fulfilling and vibrant of your life. It's time to live it fully, with no room for regret, only for living. Live your best life at every age.